Hi all, I'm Dee and welcome to Dee Code's YouTube channel. So in this particular live session, I'm going to be talking about verbal ability for Infosys system engineer role actually. Infosys system engineer, the first round is actually the online assessment, right? So you have verbal ability in that part. So 20 questions you will be asked to solve in 20 minutes, right? So 20 questions in 20 minutes. So I've got some practice questions for you. So if you have your assessment in the upcoming days, watch this video, practice these questions along with me, and it will be really useful for you. So verbal ability will be easier for you if you know the concepts of tenses, articles, prepositions, and everything. So you can easily solve 20 questions in 20 minutes, under 20 minutes too. So you need to have the knowledge, the basic knowledge of tenses and everything. So okay. So in this session, I'll be explaining you some concepts through these MCQs so that it will be very useful for you. Please do watch the session till last, and in case of any doubts, you can just ping me in the chat. I'll just sign into the chat. Okay, fine. So my chat is enabled, and if you have any doubts, please do ask your questions over here. Okay, fine. So before getting into this video, into this live session, I would like to talk about my YouTube channel, which is Decodes. So the purpose of this channel is to be useful for others who are all preparing for their interviews, so that they can get to the next steps of their lives. So basically, my channel provides interview preparation resources, questions, everything that you need to prepare for your interview, like the starting with online assessments, coding rounds, technical rounds, and then the actual technical interview, HR interview, previous year questions, and every guidance is provided through my channel. So please subscribe to me; it will be really useful for you. As you can see, I've got some pretty good contents, and my subscribers are all very much satisfied with it. And in case of any mistakes also, I do rectify it. So please do subscribe to me and share this session with others if they're also preparing for Infosys, as it will be really useful for them also. Okay, so I'll just get into this. Let me see if we've got any queries or anything like that. No, nothing so far. So for the past few months, I've been inactive on YouTube, and the reason behind is actually due to a huge change in my personal life career, and I was incredibly busy. So that was really demanding physically and emotionally. So I couldn't put videos. Even now, I don't have much time, but still, I just want to help others out. And many subscribers basically reached out to me asking to put videos and everything. They like my content, so they asked for it, and I've got many mails, DMs, and everything. So that's why I'm back here. I just want to help people out. That's it. Okay, now let's get into this. Here's the first question. The team dashed the project before the deadline. So during this interview, so even when I was in college, and I've seen my friends making so much of mistakes, especially in tenses. So like you need to know each and every tense before solving something. Okay, so tenses is not difficult if you actually learn tenses, right? So how would you attack this question? How can I solve this question? That is your question. I'll give you a simple thing. So for each tense there is a keyword. You need to look at the keyword, and that is usually a preposition. Usually a preposition like before. Like the team dashed the project before the deadline. Okay, so we are talking about a team that completed the project before the deadline, right? So we're talking about a team that all of this is happening in the past if you really think about it. So like something has happened in the past and we're talking about it right now. So that's why we're using before the deadline, they completed it. So that is a past event. By reading this, you can identify that this is a past event. So you have to use simple past. Okay, the simple past is actually very simple. The verb, like whatever verb in the second form, V2 form. So complete, completed, completed. So the answer is actually completed. Why not complete, completes, completing? So if you take the team complete the project before the deadline, it doesn't make sense. You use simple present usually. Usually you use simple present under these cases. Something that's happening in the present. Okay, like, and also habitual actions, mainly habitual actions and universal truths. So you use simple present during only during this time. Okay, so complete and completes both are simple present. The team completes the project before the deadline. We can't say that is not a universal truth, and that might not be habitual also, because habitual means that should happen daily. Like they might get project 1 month, they might not get project 1 month, and also the deadline. Like sometimes they might not complete it before the deadline. So you can't use present tense. So, and also this continuous, like ing means continuous. So there should be s or r over here, but it's not mentioned. And also you can't tell that it's completing before the deadline. So before the deadline, you just complete it, finish it. So that is in the past. You can't use present continuous. It's not continuously happening right now. So I hope you got an idea. So you just need to know about the tense. That's it. And some keywords for each tense, and you can easily solve tenses. You don't have to be worrying about it. Okay, now let's go to the second one. Despite the heavy rains, the match dash as scheduled. Okay. If you really look into it, you just explore the options. We have will continue, continuing, continues, continue. If you see, like if you like look at this question, you can see that the match was going on actually, and then heavy rain happened, right? So now they don't know whether the match will happen or not, right? So despite the heavy rains, the match will continue. We are talking about the future here. Even though the rain is happening, even though the rains are happening, even though the rains are very heavy, the match will continue as scheduled. It will continue. So it will happen in the future, like immediate future, this will happen. Okay, you can't use continue and continues because these are all not happening in the present. The match continues as scheduled. No, you can't use that. The present, because I've already told you use present during this and something that's happening during the present. The most appropriate answer is will continue more than continue or continues. Okay, and continuing, no, we can't use continuous, present continuous over here. Okay, so this is the answer for this particular question. Let me see if I've got any queries in the comment chat. No. If anyone is watching, I just want to know if my audio is clear, if I'm sounding good, if I'm not having any kind of echo. I just want to know that. So in case of any queries also, you can just put it in the comment chat, okay? We'll go to the next one. The company has been working on this project since last year and they dash to complete it soon. Okay, so if you look at this question, they're talking about the company. Okay, so basically they're like talking about the company. The company has been working on this project since last year and they dash to complete it soon. Okay, so here if you take, they're talking about completing it as soon as possible. So that means they should continuously put their work. Okay, so that means that will be a continuous tense. So they are hoping to complete it soon. That will be the most appropriate answer here. We can't use is hoping because like they is actually plural and you can only use plural verb with a plural noun. So you can't use a singular noun that is. So this will not be. Were hoped. Were hoped is not even appropriate because you can use were plus hope. This is already in past. This already denotes past. And again you're putting an ed. So double past, this is not the correct form of tense. Okay, like we can use this in passive voice. While converting active to passive voice, you can use this, but not normally. Hope, and they hope to complete it soon. This will also work, but the most appropriate one is they are hoping to complete it soon. Okay, let's go to the next question. Neither of the solutions. So if you look at this particular question, neither of the solutions dash acceptable to the client. So you have to like look at the subject verb agreement here. If you look at this, neither of the solutions. So they have many solutions, like 10 solutions, neither of the solutions, nothing is working. That means like you can't use plural there. You can only use singular because that is obviously not plural. So you can only use singular. So if you see the singular, whatever that is singular over here, This is the only thing that's singular. So have is also plural, plural, plural. You have to go with is. Neither of the solutions is acceptable to the client. Okay. Let's go to the next one. The flock of birds dash high in the sky. Like if you look at this, you have these many options, and if you see the flock of birds dash high in the sky, so they're flying probably. So is it were flying, is flying, fly, have flown? What is the answer? So if you take someone is in the ground, they're looking at the sky and they're saying they are flying, right? So that is continuous. You will be using continuous. You will be obviously using continuous. The question is, will you be using were flying or is flying? Obviously, fly and have flown will not happen because this is happening now continuously. So you use continuous tense. It is it, is or were. So it can be past continuous or present continuous also, right? So if you look at it, the flock of birds is actually a collective noun. So collective nouns are always singular nouns. So for singular nouns, you use singular verbs. And which is a singular verb here? Is or were? Obviously, is a singular verb, so you use is. Fine. Now we've got the next question. He do not want to go to the party. That means like actually it's underlined here. So that means you'll have to change it. So you'll have to choose the appropriate correct option from this. So what is the error here? So the error here is that he is actually a singular noun. Right. With singular noun, you can only use singular verb. Okay, so if you look into this, you already have a main verb. Like this is a main verb, right? Like, and you have do not want. So do is a plural form. The singular form is does. The most appropriate answer is does not. So when he comes and you already have like this is the main verb, this is the helping verb. So if you have that, you have to go with the do form of the verb. It's not is. You will not use is. You will use only do or does based on the noun. Here you have to use does not want to go to the party. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. They has been waiting for the bus for over an hour. Here it's the same thing. You just check that they is actually plural. So plural noun take plural verb. Has is a singular verb. So you go with the plural form, which is have. So have been. Okay, let's go to the next one. She have completed her assignment on time. It's the same thing over here. She is actually a singular noun, and with singular noun you can only take singular verb, right? So have is a plural verb, so which is a singular one over here? Has. So she has completed her assignment on time. Remember, have is plural, has is singular, had can be used in both plural and singular context. Okay, had. The answer is has completed. Okay, let's go to the next. If I was you, I would take the job offer. Actually, this particular thing, if I was you, I would take that job offer. There is a topic called if clause. Okay, so there are 10 to 12 rules in that. So one of the rules clearly mentions that if you get this, if I dash you, you always use where. If I were you, I would take the job offer. Simple as that. So since they're using where here, you'll have to use the second form of the will, the past form, that is would. So if you encounter this I thing here, it's always where. The most appropriate answer is where. If I were you, I would take the job offer. Always remember this. This is a separate rule in if clause. Okay. Let's go to this. The data was analyzed and the results is surprising. So the thing here is it is surprising of what it is. What are they talking about exactly? They are talking about the results. They're not talking about the data. If they are talking about the data, uh, you can uh, you can use the appropriate verb here, but they're talking about the results. Results is actually a plural form of the verb. So, okay, so the results is plural. You have to use plural verb. So, you have to use are surprising. The data was analyzed and the results are surprising. Okay. Is it correct? So, we have just chosen are surprising. Is it really correct? No. The correct answer is actually were surprising. You'll have to look at this particular verb here. This is in the past form. Okay, the data was analyzed and the results were surprising. Don't make this mistake because usually we just don't look at this particular tense that is being used here. You will also have to look at that. It is very important. Okay. Identify the correct sentence. Okay, so they've given, so like models like this will also be asked. So I've just shared all the models. Okay, so starting with tenses and all of this, these are all the models that will be asked in your exams also. This is actually previous year questions. So please to be prepared on this. Let me see if you've got any questions in the chat. Hi Akka, I recently attended Capgemini interview and in my superset interim offer is showing. What does it mean? Okay, so interim offer. So can you elaborate on that, please? What exactly is showing? In your superset, they would have released your offer letter, okay, LOI basically, and there'll be an option to accept it. Please do read the interim offer carefully. If there is any kind of PDF, you can download and read it. Please to read that carefully. So just let me know if any PDF is provided and what exactly is displayed over there. Please do elaborate on that, Charan, please. Thank you for the question. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's go to the next question. That is the 11th question. Identify the correct sentence. He is knowing the answer to the question. He knows the answer to the question. He know knowing. So we'll have to attack the verb, obviously. It's knowing, knows, know, knowing. So you'll have to choose the most appropriate answer over here. He is knowing the answer to the question. That is not appropriate. The reason is this is not something that's happening continuously in the present. It's either he knows or he doesn't know. Okay, so we'll have to use simple present over here. So the answer would be he knows the answer to the question. Okay, so you'll have to choose between knows or no. So the thing is, look at the noun. He is actually a singular noun, right? Singular noun takes singular verb. So what is a singular verb? You have to add s to the singular verb. So the answer is knows. He knows the answer to the question. Okay. Identify the correct sentence. The children was playing in the park. The children were playing in the park. The children is playing in the park. The children are playing in the park. Okay, so the thing over here is that the children is actually a plural form. So you'll have to use you'll have to use the plural verb only. The children were playing in the park, and the children are playing in the park will also be correct because there is no context here, right? There is no particular context here whether if it is happening in the present or in the it happened in the past. So you can choose the children were playing in the park and the children are playing in the park as well. Usually questions like this will not be asked. Okay. Um, like only one correct option can be chosen. Only that kind of questions will be asked. Don't have to worry about it. But if you really look I think the most appropriate option would be B than D. What do you think? Please do share your thoughts in the chat and in the comments down below. Identify the correct sentence. Again, she has wrote a letter to her friend. She has written a letter to her friend. She have written a letter to her friend. She wrote a letter to her friend. If you read this, the most appropriate answer. This is actually present perfect. These are all present perfect. Okay, so present perfect should always be coming with V3 form. So we can omit this. And has and have, when do you use present perfect exactly? There is a context. So if something has started in the recent past or even in the past and it's still continuing to the present, you would use present perfect at that point. Like, I wouldn't say it's still continuing. If something has started in the past and it has a connection to the present, you can use present perfect in that case. But the most appropriate one is she wrote a letter to her friend. As simple and as easy as that. Okay. Okay. So I've not got any queries. Okay. Neither John nor his friends has arrived. So again with the verb, what is the most appropriate answer here? I want you to put the answer. 14th question in the comment chat. Put 14. Drop me the option and the reason also. If you have chosen a particular option, I want to see the reason why you've chosen that. Okay? And then identify the correct sentence. Each of the students have a laptop. Each of the students has a laptop having had. Okay. So if you look at it, each of the students. So they're talking about a singular person, each. So each is a singular one. So you'll have to use singular verb for that. And if you look at it, the singular one, the most appropriate one, it has. Each of the students has a laptop. So if you talk about possession, you'll use has. That's why you're picking out has over here. Okay, fine. So here is a passage like comprehension type of questions. So I would suggest don't miss any lines. I would not suggest for you to only read the, like, I would not suggest to only read the first 3 lines and last 3 lines. I just want you to read everything out fast so that you don't miss any questions, because these are all you can easily score marks in passages and all. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Let's just read this out. I'll just read this slowly because I want this to be helpful. This is just a practice session, right? In recent years, social media has dramatically transformed global communication. Platforms like Twitter, so it's dramatically transformed global communication. Platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have not only connected millions of people worldwide, but also influenced personal relationships, professional networking, and political movements. The rise of digital content has led to a decline in traditional forms of media consumption, such as reading books or newspapers. However, while social media offers numerous advantages, it also poses challenges, such as the spread of misinformation and privacy concerns. Despite these issues, the impact of social media on our daily lives is undeniable, and its role continues to evolve as technology advances. Okay, it's just I hope you understand what they're trying to say. Let's just try each and every question. Okay, so this basically discusses the impact of social media on, there is this over here, global communication. Basically, they're talking about global communication. So that is the correct answer over here. Okay, so let's go to the next one. According to the passage, the main reason for the decline in book reading is, so people have like immediately go over here. Here you talked about reading books and newspapers has reduced because of the rise of digital content. And that is the answer. Increase in digital content consumption. It doesn't talk about lack of interest, rise in audio video content, and high cost. It only talks about increase in digital content consumption. So that is the answer. Okay. What can be inferred from the passage about the author's perspective on? Okay, I feel like, okay, fine. I'll just okay. So these are all the questions of some other passage. I think some kind of wrongs in here. We'll just like ignore that and we'll just move ahead. Okay, fine. So these are all like reasoning kind of questions that are asked in verbal ability that you need to focus on. Okay, if all the boxes are blue and some blue objects are round, but what can we conclude? So these were basically syllogism, I would say, can be asked in verbal ability also. So here they're talking about if all the boxes are blue. So all the boxes are blue and some blue objects are round. So only some blue objects are round. What can you infer from this particular thing over here? You can infer that all round objects are blue. Are all round objects blue? No, only some round objects are blue. So this is wrong. But this is right, right? No round objects are blue. No, some round objects are blue. And then all blue objects are round. No, only some blue, like not all blue objects are round. All only some blue objects are round. So that is the correct answer. If every artist is creative and some creative people are not artists, then so if every artist is creative, that means all artists are creative and some creative people are not artists. So some are not artists, right? So you can put this here. Some are not artists and some are artists. And what exactly can you infer from this? If every artist is creative and some creative people are not artists, then you can infer that. Let's go over the options one by one. All creative people are artists. Is this true? No. Only some creative people are artists. Some artists are not creative. No, all artists are creative. Some creative people are not artists. So, some creative people, you can see, all artists are creative, but some of them are not artists. So this particular part, they're talking about this. The correct answer is this one. No creative people are artists. No. Some creative people are artists. So that is the thing. If the statement all cats are mammals is true, which of the following must also be true? So all cats are mammals is true. Let's go over the options one by one. Some mammals are not cats. All cats, like all cats are mammals, right? Some mammals are not cats. That is true, right? Because some mammals are human beings, some mammals are monkeys, so they are also mammals, right? All mammals are cats? No. Only all cats are mammals. Not all mammals are cats because human beings are also mammals. No mammals are cats. That is again not true because like all cats are mammals. Some cats are not mammals. You can't say that because they've already told that all cats are mammals. So the correct option is actually some mammals are not cats. Okay, let's go to the next question. If all apples are fruits and some fruits are not sweet, what can be concluded? Okay, if all apples are fruits and some fruits are not sweet, what can be concluded from this particular thing? You can say that if all apples are fruits and some fruits, like you can divide this into this. Some fruits are sweet and some fruits are not sweet, right? So you can't say that all apples are sweet because some apples are not sweet. Some apples are not sweet and then no apples are fruits. You can't say that because all apples are fruits. Some fruits are sweet, like they have told that some fruits are not sweet in the question, so you can't choose it. So the answer is some apples are not sweet. I hope you understood that. If a person is allergic to peanuts, they cannot eat food containing peanuts. So John is not allergic to peanuts. This is like a very basic question. So if a person is allergic to peanuts, they cannot eat it. So John is not allergic to peanuts. So John cannot eat food containing peanuts. John can eat food containing peanuts. John might be allergic. John avoids food containing peanuts. No, John can eat food containing peanuts because he is not allergic to peanuts. Very simple. Sometimes they ask these very simple kind of questions, and you can feel like we make mistakes in these kind of questions. So I want you to be very aware of that. Okay, let me come to the chat. Okay, actually, it is not a LOI. It's just showing interim offer and also some description. Okay, fine. Uh, okay, fine. Okay, Charan. So it is not an LOI. It's just showing interim offer. Okay, so that means that the verification is actually going on. So after you get selected, you'll be going under this process of a verification of your profile and document verification. So like what can I say is after proper verification, like you properly come under this criteria. After those verification only, they will give you the complete offer. Till then they're giving you an interim offer. Okay, you can take it in that way. So your offer is subject to verification of your profile and documents means I personally feel that you'll have to submit your documents and profile and everything. So I'll do some more research on this particular one, because I've heard that they had to, like, candidates had to submit their documents and then and everything, and after verification they'll be getting their offer letter, the final offer letter. That might be the case for you also, but I want to make sure of that. So in the next video, in the next live session, I'll solve this for you. Okay. Okay, let's go to the 14th question. GM has answered. Okay. Okay, so you are saying that the option is was. 14th one is was. Neither John nor his friends was arrived. Okay. Okay, so the actual answer, it's not was. So since you've answered was, I want to tell you that the correct answer is actually, okay, let me put it this way. You've chosen was arrived. So you have to look into this. So was already represents past. And arrived, it's also in V2. So these two can't come together. So you can't choose these two. Okay. So you can't choose was arrived. Okay. Like was plus V1 is the correct form. So you can't choose this. So let's see the other options. Neither John nor his friends has arrived or have arrived. Okay. So the basic thing over here is that you need to use present perfect tenses only. Past, you will use past only doing, talking about the past events that has already completed. Here there is no keyword like yesterday, last night or anything. So you don't have to use past. You can simply go on with perfect tenses, has or have. Now you'll have to choose between has and have. Which one would you choose? The correct answer is actually have arrived, because you need to take this as your noun. This is actually plural, so you'll have to use plural verb. Have arrived. Neither John nor his friends have arrived. Okay, I hope that answered your question. So what you put was wrong, GM, and I hope this was understandable for you. Please don't make any mistakes. Always remember that when was comes, you will be using V1. You'll never use was arrived. Okay. Otherwise, even if you don't use V1, you will just say uh, there lived, there lived a person. You will never use there was lived a person. That is wrong. Okay, I hope you got an idea. Okay, fine. Now let's go to the next question. Okay. So let's go to this. The scientist made a dash discovery that changed the course of history. So for some of the best fill in the blanks can also be asked. So vocabulary type of questions that checks your understanding of certain words. Okay. So I've given you some easy questions. You can expect these kind of questions. These were all asked previously. You can expect easy to medium kind of questions. Okay. You'll have to practice a lot of questions. The scientists made a dash discovery that changed the course of history. Something just that changed the course of history, it's really important. So if you take trivial, trivial means something that is very small. You don't consider it. You don't give much importance to it. So that is trivial. Groundbreaking, it's actually, you use it when you want to talk about something that has made such a huge change, such amazing change, such a huge change. You will talk about groundbreaking. You use groundbreaking at that time. The correct option is groundbreaking, but still, let's go with redundant. Redundant means unnecessary repeating data. Repeating, I mean like repeating information or anything. So if it is unnecessary repeating, no, you can't use that here. Mundane means this is actually mundane. So that means repetitive, boring and repetitive. That is mundane. So you cannot also, you can't use this one also. Okay. Choose a correct synonym for the word benevolent. So benevolent basically means being generous. Okay. So being very generous. That is benevolent. So the opposite would be cruel. Okay. So the opposite would be cruel, but the meaning is generous. And also you can also use greedy. So greedy is the opposite of generous. So being greedy over everything. And hostile is being rebellious. It's being against. So benevolent doesn't really match with that. So which word is the antonym of exaggerate? So you will have to look at this, whether they're asking synonym or antonym. Even though you know a word, if you don't read the question properly, you'll definitely make mistakes. They're asking the antonym of exaggerate. So the antonym, so what is exaggerate actually? Exaggerate means, exaggerate means, give, like talking so much about it than it has, like giving so much importance to it, talking so much about it than its original importance, right? So that is exaggerate. So over talking, overstating, that is exaggerating. So the antonym of that is you don't talk much about it, you just be clear and crisp, and that is diminish. So amplify, overstate, inflate, everything is the meaning of exaggerate, but diminish is the antonym of exaggerate. Okay. And then the movie was so dash that I couldn't stop laughing. So the movie was so you couldn't stop laughing means it is actually funny. So which is the most appropriate answer here? It's hilarious. Hilarious means very funny. Tedious means repetitive and boring. Somber, it's also being sad. Tragic is also very extremely sad. So you won't use all of these. You will use only hilarious. She gave a very dash speech that moved everyone to tears. So, like moving everyone to tears, that means she has touched their heart. So that was actually heartfelt. It was not indifferent. Indifferent means like showing no difference, having no emotions. That is being indifferent. And then superficial means superficial speech means not really caring about anything, only talking about the superficial things. Okay, so that is not really heartfelt. Insipid, it's actually, I think insipid actually means being angry. So that will not come here. So the correct answer is heartfelt speech. So I've given some articles question. Okay, let me see if you've got any queries. Okay, fine. I saw a dash eagle flying high in the sky. So you've got this particular one. You will have to choose an article. Is it and or no article? If you look at it, this is a vowel. Vowel. So if vowel comes, you have to use an eagle. I saw an eagle flying high in the sky. It's actually an eagle. Okay. We need to buy dash umbrella before it's going to rain. So what is the correct answer here? So you again, it's actually um, A, E, I, O, U. It's again a vowel, so you will be using an here. We need to buy an umbrella because it's going to rain. She is studying to become dash engineer. So the correct answer is she is studying to become. So is it an engineer, a engineer, or the engineer, or no article? I want you to answer. She's studying to become an engineer. She's studying to become an engineer. Whatever it is, please put it in the comment. They visited Dash Eiffel Tower during their trip to Paris. They visited, so Eiffel Tower, it's actually a huge monument. And also she's specifically talking about the Eiffel Tower. Okay, it's not Eiffel Tower is not present in every country. It's not present in every state, right? So she's specifically talking about the Eiffel Tower. So the answer, correct answer is they. They visited the Eiffel Tower during their trip to Paris. Okay. Now we've got the last question. He wants to be dash artist when he grows up. Okay, so again we've got like a vowel here. So the answer would be he wants to be an artist when he grows up. So that is the correct answer over here. So you can expect questions like this. I've even attached the answer key to this. So please do be prepared on this. So basically, in Infosys system engineer, wait, verbal ability, the high weightage is given to verbal ability. 20 questions, 20 minutes. You will be getting all kinds of questions such as sentence completion, error correction, error detection, identifying correct sentence, comprehension, critical reasoning, everything. And then verbs, articles, vocabulary, preposition, subject verb agreement, tenses. So you'll have to have good knowledge in English because 20 questions, 20 minutes, very high weightage, and um, you'll have to solve at least like 13 questions, I would say. Okay, you have to give so much importance to it. So please to put it in the comment chat if you want any other like video sessions, because I'll be putting video or coming in live session for pseudo codes, reasoning ability, and numerical ability and everything. So I'll be talking about that. So if you want any other thing also, you can put it in the comment and I'll definitely help you with that with my videos and everything. Okay. 33, you're saying it's an. Let me go over. That's actually correct. It's a very simple question. It's actually an engineer because it's actually a vowel, right? So you'll be using an engineer. That is very correct. Okay, so yeah, this is all about this particular session. I've talked about the verbal ability question. So you can easily solve articles, prepositions, everything. The only thing where you will make mistakes is tenses. Please do concentrate on tenses. It is very, very, very important. Okay, tenses, you tend to make mistake in tenses, subject verb agreement, mainly this. If you know tense, you can solve any kind of questions in English. And also I would say if clauses. These three, if you know, you can solve anything in English. So please to be prepared on that. If you want to separate videos on these concepts also, I can put, if you want, you can put it in the comment chat and I can put videos based on that. So this is all about this video. So please to subscribe to me and share this particular video to your friends who are also preparing for their Infosys system engineer role, off campus, on campus, anything. And in the upcoming sessions, I'll be talking about reasoning ability, aptitude, pseudo codes, and interview preparation, everything. So please stay tuned. I'll be consistently putting up videos for you people. So thank you so much for joining, and all the best for your future. And I'll see you in another session. Till then, take care and bye bye.